Welcome back, everybody, to the Gradient League Neon Edition. I am the Devil Toad DM. I'm here with my players, Ronto Bear, Jeremy.
Y'all,
I've got Frog and Loathing Blake.
Hey, that's me.
I've got Nicole,
Hi guys.
and I've got Matt.
Nope.
Where we last left off, the trainers were in the middle of a large combat in the middle of the Vermilion City Mall. A group known as Team Blacktop were harassing one of their friends, Barker Payne, who they met at the Kanto Open. Um, as they were trying to steal his Pokemon. Well, they stepped in to defend him, and in doing so, have been knocking out Team Blacktops left and right. Got rid of 3 grunts, their Pokemon, and even cleared through the Road Warrior Tough entire roster before he jumps down from the rafters to continue combat against the rest of you, making his final stand. And at this moment, you hear the front doors to the building open. They burst open, and in comes several Pokemon police officers. You can see them down one of the hallways. It's going to be one turn of combat before they make it here. Where we last left off is Brybry's turn. So whenever it goes back to Brybry, that'll be when the police arrive.
well,
Make us proud, buddy.
the problem here is this man is 20 to 40 feet off the ground.
Well, he jumped from the rafters like fucking superhero landed.
Oh,
He's
oh,
boom. Yeah, he down there. He basically he's
oh.
like standing on top of Barker right now.
Well, if that's the case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that'll get me right here for another charging spear tackle.
And you have
Using-
advantage
Go.
from the inspiration
And I
from
have
Tommy.
the advantage. Exactly. So that'll be a 16 to hit
I'll let
with
you
a
take the
26 physical.
I'll let you have the higher damage.
Oh, okay. 30 physical damage.
So you burst around the corner as soon as you hear those boots hit the ground. You full sprint and you spear tackle Road Warrior Tough as he's just about to start shit talking again. You slam your shoulder into his gut, his back hits the wall, and dude falls unconscious immediately.
Let's go, Bri. That's what's up.
Through
I
all of
guess you
this,
could say you're not so tough now, are you?
the police arrive. They rush in. You can see that there are 3 police officers and 1 older man. He appears to be like the police chief. He's wearing a forward red and white um, police officer's cap, where it's like bisected 2 colors, like red in the front, white in the back, or it's white in the front, red in the back. My apologies. And he is he's wearing a denim jacket over his police uniform. He's got a big like comb mustache, and he sees that the um, Team Blacktop members have already been apprehended. And he says, "Are there any more of them?"
No, dude. All of them are down. We do got some casualties, though. I'll point to Barker, Josephine, and
Casualties? No. And he rushes over and begins to he like commands his police officers to begin checking, and he reaches down to Barker and he checks for a pulse. He's like, "You're still alive, son. No casualties here."
Oh, yeah, my verbiage could probably use a little bit of improvement.
"Oh, that's all right. I don't know what would have happened if you all hadn't have been here. You took down someone like Road Warrior Tough?"
He had a bit of a reputation, that one.
"Absolutely. He's one of the officers of Team Blacktop. There's only 2 members that are a step above him. There are other Road Warriors, but there's the president and there's the vice president. These fools have been causing ruckuses all over Kanto as of recent, from Vermilion to Pallet. Police Chief Ketchum, at your service."
Whoa. Like, Kitchen?
Kieran Vaughn, and I'm gonna shake his hand. I'm covering my nose like it's still bleeding. I bleed easy.
He helps um by taking you guys over to benches, having you sit down. Say, medical services will be on their way. We were able to make it here quicker thanks to the use of our Pokemon. However, I'm so sorry we couldn't be here sooner. I think being here within 60 seconds is pretty impressive, though. You're welcome for that.
Thank you.
Yes, I just feel like sometimes we get a bad rap because
Yeah.
people say that we don't make it here fast enough. But
That's just unreasonable. I mean, I know that that fight felt like it was probably around 2.5 hours, but realistically, I think it was only about like a minute. I mean, it really wasn't that long. I don't know why it
yes,
felt so long.
Does the
war
conscious
feels
one?
like an eternity.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Mhm.
Bri just starts having Vietnam flashbacks.
So he looks to you all, and um and while you're all being patched up, well, I'll skip a little bit. We move forward. Paramedics arrive. We have people to assist you, get you patched up. We get Josephine, we get Jefferson, we get Barker. They're all on stretchers. The ambulances take them back to the Pokemon Center, and there is a second wave of ambulances that come around for you. Those of you who are conscious, they're going to pick you up. At this point, sun has set. It's nighttime, and the police officers apprehend the members of Team Blacktop, putting them into custody, stuffing them into a police van, and driving away. We move forward to the Pokemon Center. Josephine, Jefferson, you guys feel sore, but you're awake. You can go ahead and everyone can restore their HP and their Pokemon's HP as the doctors, the nurses, they all try to get you all to tip top shape. Um,
Yeah.
because we're about to do a long rest for you all, go ahead and proactively heal 3 injuries. But we're gonna have a conversation before we do that long rest.
And do we have to choose which Pokemon we're gonna heal the injuries from?
No. Each one can have 3 injuries healed.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
Pretty.
So, um, as you're all convening, Bri and Kieran, the two of you and Tommy sit in the lounge area of the Pokemon Center, waiting for the nurses and the doctors to do their business, and help out your friends. And eventually, they'll come to. They'll wander out of the back area where they were being treated and enter the lounge with you all. And this is that sort of reconnection moment. Tommy looks to Josephine and Jefferson, says, "Oh, thank Arceus! I'm so glad the two of you are okay."
Jefferson is gonna kind of like shift around, trying to adjust to the uncomfortableness that is being sore from having gone through that, and just kind of tells him, "Ho, has graced us with another chance to serve his will," as he proceeds to try to find a seat.
Josephine just kind of looks away from everybody. She doesn't say anything, but she clearly seems to be off in her own world, and she's kind of like her hands haven't unclenched, like they've been in fists like this whole time.
Okay. Kieran, Bri, anything that you guys want to say?
Yeah, I'd like to look at both of them, and I'm gonna say, how you feeling? Can I be with Tommy and can I just be like helping him peel apples or something? I'm gonna like peel like little apples and everything, and like kind of just place them on their next to their bedsides.
Sure. Well, they're coming into the lounge area where you guys are, so they're
Oh,
already up and
okay.
about, and they're coming to
Oh,
you.
gotcha. Okay. Um, okay. In that case, I'm just gonna say, how are you both feeling? You went unconscious there for a little bit. Sorry, Josephine. I kind of panicked and I threw you into the fountain. I didn't I didn't know what to do.
It's almost like she doesn't hear you, maybe, or she just chooses not to, as she kind of slowly sits in a seat, and she's still obviously kind of wet, but it's just like she's not even bothered by it. She's just thinking about other things. She's not even worried.
Bri Bri's gonna stand up, and I'm the lounge seating we have. Is it kind of like just like random chairs? Is it like
It's like
sofa
a
chairs?
large C-shaped sectional with a table in the center.
Okay. Bri is gonna walk around to the back side of the sectional and just go through and give everyone a reassuring like a hug from behind. And once he gives the last hug, he's gonna say, you know, team, we really rocked it today. I know it didn't seem like it, but we all did our part, and that's all we can really ask for, dudes."
You hear a voice come from behind you. Say, "That's exactly right. You all did marvelous today." You turn and you see there is Chief Ketchum, hands on his hips, smoking indoors because it's the '80s, and looking at you all. He's got his thumbs in his suspenders where his hands are on his hip, and is pushing his denim jacket back a little bit. And he's gonna say, and I hate to ask, um, after you've gotten out of such a dangerous situation so quickly. However, we found the base of the rest of Team Blacktop. Those rookies, those recruits, they sold them out. Before they move, we're making ours. Tomorrow at sunset, we strike. You in?
Josephine stands up super fast and she says yes. She's looking directly at Chief Ketchum and she says yes. She doesn't even think. She doesn't ask
Jefferson,
anybody else. She's just doing her own thing.
Jefferson follows, stands up, and says, "Another chance to take a crack at anybody that worked with Tough? Count me in."
If there's more people like that out there, then I'd feel safer with them behind bars than roaming free. And if my friends are going to go in there, then I'm going to as well.
Yes, seems like criminal organizations are on the rise as of recent. There's Team Blacktop, who is the more violent of the active villain teams right now, but I hear there's another one just north of here, so watch it if you head towards Saffron. Someone just recently attacked the gym leader. Speaking of gym leaders, I think that if you're going to be assisting us, yes, you may have been able to defeat Tough, but look at yourselves after the fact. The vice president and the president of Team Blacktop are going to be no walk in the park. And needless to say, there will be their underlings throughout the complex. We're going to need you all in tip-top shape. But I'll deputize you here. What do you say?
Wow.
Bri is gonna just extend his hand out for a handshake and say, "You know what, Chief? I think we're gonna do this for you." Nice firm grip.
I appreciate it, son. All right. Well, as I said, speaking of gym leaders, perhaps if you're going to be in tip-top shape, you challenge them. Get some more experience under your belt before you take on something of this caliber. You don't want to be a liability on a mission like this. And I don't want to be responsible for some young trainers' deaths. Understood?
Do you have a suggestion of which one we should go after first?
Well, there's one here in Vermilion. You can go for them.
Josephine just nods, fists still clenched.
Remember, tomorrow at sundown. And he's going to give you the location of where their base is. They seem to be hanging out at a there's like a dive bar in between Vermilion and Saffron where their base is. So not Route 6 because that's like the hiking path, but if you were to take the highway in between the two cities, it'd be along that road that you would find it. All right.
Peter knows.
I'll leave you all to it. Get some rest. If I don't see you tomorrow at sundown, we move without you. I won't take any offense.
You got it, Chief, dude.
And the chief sort of gives you a slight nod, and he walks out of the Pokemon Center.
Bri is just gonna kind of turn back around to the group and say, "Well, guys, if we're gonna take on this gym leader, we gotta answer that question for the radio show. we still have no information about it.
You know, that fall from that onyx took my memory a little bit. What was the question?
You guys were never asked the question. You know that one of the questions had some relation to type matchups.
Right. Okay.
Is there like a library by any chance in this town?
I
Yes,
think
there
it's
would be. Yeah.
probably
Oh,
would it be closed by now
It,
since
it
it's nighttime?
yeah, it would be closed right now.
okay. I'd say well, I guess we can't really do it in the morning.
Well, I mean, we have an entire, assuming we wake up at a reasonable time,
Right.
an entire 12 to 14 hours.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking maybe we could go to the library as a potential option, and we could look up type matchups just so we were prepared for that in character, you know.
Do they
Um,
not have training school?
They did, but none of you guys went to one. You didn't even go to
Right.
school, Jefferson.
Okay,
Learn all
that's
of
not.
our
No,
Pokemon
no, no.
knowledge from
Okay,
the streets.
so I understand that he's asking in the sense of like, much
Oh,
like
that
so
was
like
Jefferson
Kieran suggested
asking.
we go to the. Yes.
Okay, okay. I thought that was you
Oh.
asking. I was like, homie, you didn't go to school.
No, no. It's him asking. Like, obviously, he knows he didn't go to one, but he's not heard of them. Like, maybe it's just like he's asking
Gotcha.
in reference to like maybe it's a region specific or.
Yeah, Tommy will answer and he'll say, yes, we do have schools here in the Kanto region. I went just for a stint, just about 1 year. I had to travel up to Pewter each day, Monday through Friday, to go to my school, and it was just so taxing that my mom decided that she was going to raise me and my brother there at home.
Do we all have to answer this question to get in, or just one of us?
You would list your name. You know it because you had been asked. You had asked this already. Um, Whenever you guys call in, you just say your names and trainer IDs, and whenever you do so, those are the names that are registered for that attempt to get in. So if you pass on that call, then you all get to participate.
So we basically all have to unanimously come to one answer.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
So Devil Toad,
So the
real
lot.
quick. Trainer IDs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we selected ours previously, we were never informed to write them down. So would we be able to have a reminder?
I don't think I wrote them down either. But let me check.
Oh
Great.
no.
None of us are prepared.
We're not actually
Licensed,
trainers. We've just been
but
faking
not
the system.
licensed.
My trainer ID is 4.
Yep. So make up 5-digit numbers, and these will be your new IDs. Be what we go off of from now on.
Okay.
And let me know what they are.
So they have to be 5 digits,
5 digits.
just like numbers.
Yep.
No letters. Nothing?
No letters.
Okay, I got Jefferson's.
What's Jefferson's?
53710.
So I have Kieran's as well.
Okay.
Kieran's is 13042.
Okay.
Josephine is 48692.
Love that we're just like coming up with them off the top of our own heads, so it makes it just as random as if we would have signed up as trainers.
We're doing great.
And then Bri.
Bri is going to be 54322.
Tommy's will be 92617. All right.
Got some cool numbers, guys. Good job picking out your numbers.
Radical
yeah.
Oh my
numbers.
gosh, thank you. Everybody's doing great.
All right. So we now will continue the next day. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you go to sleep?
I would kind of write in my journal what's been going on so far. I'd make sure to do my laundry and stuff before the next day. I imagine at the Pokemon Center they probably have the means to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then after doing that, I'm going to try and turn in early after making sure that El Champo is set and that he's not going to tear anything up. And yeah, and then I will go to bed.
Okay. Anybody else?
Jefferson is going to take Cindy, Striker, and Bee Bunny, and they are headed outside to let them kind of stretch and move and stuff, and after getting healed up, and then allow Jefferson a chance to pray to Ho-Oh.
Okay. You want to tell us what you say in your prayer?
Um, Jefferson uses this prayer as more of a way of just speaking on like a more personal level to Ho-Oh, as if he was having like a one-on-one conversation with him. And he thanks him for, as he's kind of like looking over the little guys running around and playing. He just kind of thanks him for bringing them into Jefferson's adventure, as well as looking towards the Pokemon Center, his friends, and allowing them to make it through that last encounter. Uh, he tells Ho how when he was coming off of the Onyx that he didn't know if he was gonna make it after that, and that all this his experience has done is just reignited that fire to serve Ho better.
All right.
It's really nice.
Bri or Josephine?
Um, Josephine just kind of like, because I'm assuming we've gone back to like beds and everything, and she just kind of she doesn't even take off her shoes or anything. She lets out um Ralph and lets him curl up and go to sleep, and she just kind of lays there and she just watches him sleep, and she doesn't actively try to go to sleep until sleep eventually takes over her, and she falls asleep. But she doesn't do anything. She doesn't. She just watches. So,
Okay.
mhm.
And what about Bri?
As soon as Bri lays down in bed, he's out. There's no moving that man.
Okay. So we'll fast forward to the next morning. All of you have well rested, um, healed up, and it's a new day. Jefferson, you wake up the next morning. Your clothes are slightly damp. Seems like it may have rained overnight. And you look up above, and you can see a rainbow over the Sea of Vermilion, um, which you would know as, at least in the mythology of, a sign of Ho-Oh, sign of Ho-Oh's blessing.
Oh,
Yes,
Um,
a smile is gonna cross Jefferson's face as he just says "Praise be" and heads inside to go find everybody.
as you head in, you'll come across Barker. It seems like Barker woke up semi recently. He didn't wake when Josephine and you did. Um, so he is now awake. Um, he is holding an ice pack to his head, one of those ones that has like the screw-on cap to put the ice cubes in, like holding it up against his head. He's bruised, glasses are still cracked, and he's got one of his arms in a sling. He's sitting in and watching the news, learning what happened. Um, and that's when he spots you walking in. And I would say at about
Um,
this time, you guys probably wake up around the same time, so you're all heading into the lodge area at this time. But yeah, Jefferson, you're the
I'm
you're
gonna
the first
walk
one to
up.
spot Barker. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm gonna go ahead and walk up to him, and I'm just gonna kind of look at him and be like, "Man, I'm sorry that didn't go better."
Well, I mean, you saved my life, so I can't be. I'm not really upset at you. I appreciate it. I don't know what I would have done had you not shown up. You probably would have taken my little blip bug away from me.
Well, I'm glad we could stop that from happening. I just feel bad that you got see what seems to be the worst end of it all.
Nothing I can't uh, come back from. I'm just happy that Dexter's okay.
And he sort of like strokes the back of the blip bug, who sort of chitters a little bit. And he looks at you and he's like,
Seriously though, thank you, Jefferson,
and that's when he turns and he can see all the rest of you, and he turns, winces a little bit whenever his arm moves, and he's like,
I really do appreciate all the help that you guys gave for me. You stood up for me. Not many people would do that. All those other people were just watching.
Bri is gonna kind of walk up and say, "Little dude, we're always glad to help." Pat him on his shoulder very softly, and Bri is actually going to exit to start his morning exercise routine.
hell yeah. He settles back in and like lets out a sigh as he relaxes into the couch, um, and winces a little bit as he tries to get comfortable. And he readjusts the ice pack, um, and he's like,
Well, I don't want to hold you around too long. Maybe the doctors have done all they can for me now, so now it's just uh good for the rest of my body to do the work it needs to, and then I'll be back on my journey.
I love this little guy.
We're glad that we could help you. You and Dexter be careful out there, and I'm gonna give him. We I guess we don't have contact information because we don't have phones back then. Um, I'm just gonna tell him where we're going, and just kind of say, well, we're actually gonna be helping. We're gonna be helping Ketchum. Uh, fuck, what was his name? Sheriff Ketchum?
Chief.
Not Sheriff.
Chief.
Chief Ketchum. Yeah. We're gonna be helping Chief Ketchum for a bit, but maybe we'll see you around. Just be careful out there, okay?
Yeah, I will. Chief Ketchum, the guy from Pallet Town.
Yeah, yeah. You're familiar with him?
Yeah, I'm from Kanto. He's a good man. What I heard that he was looking into Team Blacktop. You're working for him? How did you guys get a job with law enforcement so quickly?
Well, after diffusing the situation in the mall, he thought that maybe we would have a common goal to take down more people like that. And I mean, quite frankly, after what those people attempted to do to you, I mean, I think the region would be a lot safer without those people. And seeing as all my friends are already dead set uh, on assisting him, what kind of friend would I be to say no?
Well, you're doing some good work, guys, and I wish you luck. Please be safe out there. It's not, that guy was dangerous, and if there's people stronger than him, I can only imagine. It's kind of hard to envision where we might be in 2 or 3 months if you guys have already made this much progress in just a couple of days. You're very talented trainers.
I appreciate that. And if you ever need anything and you ever find us again, just let us know.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to be doing the competitions. I'm not much for battling, honestly. So I'm heading on up to Saffron City to try and take on the Smart contest.
At this point, would any of us have heard of? We heard of the contest, right?
Yeah, you did a contest as the first round of the
Oh,
Kanto
well,
Open.
yeah, my bad. I didn't know if we knew about the contest circuit for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and nod and say, well, maybe we'll see you there at some point.
That maybe we'll see. If you go up there, maybe I'll show you a thing or two about how good of a coordinator I am. I've got Dexter here, and one other Pokemon, but she's my secret weapon.
You stay safe out there. And I'm gonna go join Bri, trying to like almost like rush to catch up with him. I'm gonna try and like exercise with him, trying to like get better at landing my punches and attacks, or in combat, So
Okay. And then, Josephine, do you have anything you're saying?
She doesn't say anything. She just kind of nods and she takes a seat and she puts Ralph in her lap and she just focuses on Ralph while he just kind of does his own little thing.
Yeah, Ralph's been hurt quite a bit over the last day or so. Like yesterday was
Mhm,
he'd been stomped on, got hit
mhm,
by Agatha's magnitude. He's had a day of it. So that rest was definitely well needed.
Really.
So we'll move forward. I know that what you were aiming for there, Jeremy, was going outside doing the training. You can go ahead and apply the effects of it, Blake, if that's what you were doing as well. You can do the effects of training. Just grab it from the PDF, and I'll trust what you do. But we'll begin moving on. So we have a day ahead of us where you are needing to prepare for a pretty significant raid tonight. And it is an optional thing. He did say he wouldn't hold it against you if you didn't show up, but he does want you to get stronger before you make it there. So what would we like to do? It's about an hour after you guys had this conversation with Barker. What are we thinking?
That's a
How
good
much
question.
XP did we get?
I was going to give that to you towards the end of the session.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But you all got 73 experience to distribute among the Pokemon who participated in battle, and all of you as players leveled up.
I think we should probably go and talk to somebody at the trainer school just to kind of give us a better, more focused idea of what we might be looking to answer for the trivia question. Going to the library doesn't sound bad afterwards, but going to the library seems like we'd just be walking in there to a sea of random knowledge that might not be necessary.
Okay. You, as you're making your game plan, you're going to see a familiar face to you all. You didn't talk to him all that much, but there's a man who's got like this shortcut hair, wearing a tactical vest, cargo shorts, sandals. He's heavy set. He's got yellow tinted aviator glasses, and he enters the Pokemon Center. And you can see, like, wearing proudly on his vest is a gym badge. He goes up to Nurse Roy, hands over his Pokeballs, and waits for them to be healed. So now he's just sort of lounging about. He seems nervous, tapping his fingers, tapping his foot.
Is that is that the Vermilion badge there on your vest?
Oh, this, yeah, it is. It sure is. Not a
Did you
big
just
deal.
win it
Nothing
this
to look
morning?
at. No, yesterday actually.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, you say it's not a big deal, but from what I've gathered, that seems kind of impressive.
Yeah, no, nothing. I don't do anything impressive. All right, I don't want you to be remembering me. I'm not even here.
If you don't mind me asking, you seem like you're in a bit of a hurry. Did you just, since you said that you battled the gym yesterday, you must be coming from another fight?
Based on your observations, I am in a hurry, and I do mind that you're asking.
I apologize then. Maybe we started off on the wrong foot. My name is Kieran. I don't believe we officially introduced ourselves to each other.
Charlie Foxtrot. That's all you need to know.
I'm gonna kind of like look to him.
He looks away. He's like not making eye contact with you. He's just sort of like surveilling. Dude seems like he's paranoid.
Josephine gets up rather abruptly, and she's like, "Hey, my friends are talking to you. What's up with you? What's going on?"
I'm talking back. I'm just not paying too much attention because I got things to do, people to see, groceries to shop for. That's my alibi.
I mean, you're kind of stuck until your Pokemon come back, so you think you could tone it down a little?
I'm standing here. You're talking to me, and he sort of like rotates 45 degrees.
That's better.
Josephine, with an irritance that she hasn't really shown before, she kind of grips his shoulder. She doesn't really grab it, but she grips it, and she's like, "Hey, what's wrong with us? Answer our questions. Who are you? What are you doing here? Why do you seem so weird? Right?
Who
Why
do
are
you
so
work
sketchy?
for?
I wanna
Who the
know."
hell do you work for? Why are you asking so many questions? You're with them, aren't you?
It's a bit. She's a
And
bit
he's
taken
he's
aback,
he's gonna
but she
begin
stands
taking a
firm.
few steps back. He's like,
real
I
quick.
thought I covered my tracks.
Okay, I don't know if this would work, but I want to run something by you. So, Kieran is from a port town. Port town are popular for having like lots of like tourists. Tourists
Mhm.
come in on boats and everything. Uh, would this dude kind of look like? Well, not really a tourist. That's not really what I'm saying. Seeing a lot of people from other regions, um, being from a port town, uh, would I have seen someone like? How do I want to put this? Does he look like he likes in a roundabout sense? Does he look like he likes weapons?
You want
Like
to do
does
an intuition check?
yeah? I was like, is he
Throwing
basically? I'm
sandals.
basing that on the fact that he looks like a stereotype of like like I'm rough and tough. Like I gotta have a bunch of weapons and I have to have a doomsday plan. So I'm like maybe I've seen people like that. From like different regions and stuff. So anyway, yeah, let me roll an intuition.
And while he's doing that, Bri is just going to come up and say, "Whoa, bro! First of all, let's bring it down a notch. We're not trying to do anything weird. We're just trying to make conversation. We don't work for anybody. We're just chilling."
I got a
He's
7 on that.
Don't we technically?
He's gonna squint at you through his yellow tinted glasses. With your 7, you can assume what you like, but you don't know for sure. What were you gonna say, Matt?
I don't even remember.
Okay. So he looks at you, Bri. He's gonna say, "Then what the hell do you want? Why are you people bothering me? It's clear I don't want to be."
All we're trying to do is find out about that gym. That's it.
What do you want to know about the gym? I don't work there.
Bri is just going to kind of chuckle a little bit. Well, dude, we know, but you have the badge, which means you beat them.
Yeah, and
Just trying to get a little bit of insight.
decide on what?
What's it like?
It was tough. It was difficult.
The word of that at that right there, as soon as he says tough, Jefferson's just gonna be like, you know what? I'm tired of hearing
I-
that word. I don't think this guy's all that strong. I think he stole the gym badge.
We just
You can-
start screaming.
You
all
can
getting
think what you want,
flashbacks.
but if you report me to the
I-
authorities, I will sue you for defamation.
I'm gonna look to him. Because you said I can assume what I want. I'm going to assume this dude is a conspiracy theorist nut job. Kieran is going to hatch an idea and see if this works. I'm gonna say, listen. I'm gonna keep my voice down. I'm gonna look both ways. I'm gonna say, you really shouldn't even be talking here. I'm gonna say, listen. You know that that's a radio tower, right? We're trying to find out the secrets about that place because there's a conspiracy theory going around. I believe that the radio tower is transforming some of these Pokemon around here. Bri, do you want to show him your Rhyhorn?
He looks at you and he lowers his glasses down to the bridge of his nose and he's like, I didn't think I would meet someone else who knew.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I'm gonna say, yeah,
Lucked out
that's
with
us.
that.
We listen. We shouldn't speak in too much detail here. I'm gonna like hand him my notepad and I'm gonna hand him a pen. I'm just gonna say, if you could tell us anything that could help bring this person down, we will do the rest. Okay? We're allies here. Okay? But be careful. I'm gonna look over to like an old broken like ham radio or something. I'm gonna say, they're listening.
Can you roll me a guile check?
Oh fuck, that's like one of my worst ones. All right.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. I have a 1d6 on guile.
Ooh.
So after
Could have been worse.
he lowers his glasses down to his bridge and whenever he had said, I didn't think I'd meet someone else who knew. When you start continuing on, he readjusts them and he's like, I must have been mistaken. It's clear you
I'm
don't
gonna-
have it's clear you haven't done your homework. Your sources are
Wh-
probably giving you false information.
You're
Sorry,
right.
but
you're
I don't
right.
think we can work together.
If I can, I'm gonna say you're right. I don't know much, but that's why we're trying to learn. We're not as versed as someone like you, but we are trying to understand what's going on, and we think we might have a lead.
In a last ditch effort, Bri is going to reach into his backpack and pull out the specimen jar that has the green shimmery goo
He
and just
immediately
kind of
like puts
hold
his
it.
face up to it. Where the hell did you get this thing?
It was down at the beach, dude.
He looks around. Nurse Roy returns with his Pokemon. He grabs Pokeball and puts it in his pocket. And then that's when he opens up his vest. You see this purple blob on the inside of his pocket. And then he closes it. As if he was like he does it very nonchalant, like he was just readjusting his clothes. And he looks you in the eyes and says, "There's some strange things happening around here in the Kanto region, my friend.
And we totally agree.
I do not think you understand the severity of this situation."
That's why we're trying to, friend.
Bri, can you
Right.
roll me a focus check?
Focus check. Okay.
Upon seeing the blob within his jacket, you suddenly feel nauseous, but you don't know why. And he looks to you all and says, "It's probably best I don't get you involved. If all you're wanting to get from me is information about the gym, and you don't care about this cause, that's fine. I will not, however, help you cheat the system. I'll give you a hint that what you're looking for the radio answers is information about classical music.
Bri-Bri's gonna put the specimen jar in his backpack and say, "Well, dude, thank you. I'm gonna go get some fresh air, and I'm gonna walk outside."
You guys saw that Bri looked a little green around the gills after seeing whatever that thing is inside of Charlie's pocket.
Be safe, Charlie.
You too. And that's whenever he leaves the Pokemon Center.
As soon as he leaves and he's out of earshot, I'm like kind of like waving. I'm gonna look over to Bri. I'm gonna say, do you think he could be trusted? I don't know if that man's.
Bri stepped outside.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna look over to Josephine and Jefferson. I'm gonna say, do you think that man knows what he's? I mean, I know that he got the badge, but he doesn't seem mentally cohesive. Do you think the information he gave us is viable?
I think we should at least make note of it. Josephine just kind of nods and she looks away and she like looks out in the direction that he went and she's like, I don't know, he's kind of sketchy, but you should definitely keep it in like the background.
Right. I agree.
Well, yeah, the three of you still inside the Pokemon Center. Bri is still outside. Do you want to do anything from here?
We're all fully healed up.
Yeah. You
Ready to
can
go.
heal a max of 3 injuries, so if your Pokemon had more than that, they're still at whatever their injuries minus 3 was. And
Thank-
Bri, anything you want to do too, you're included in that question.
No, nothing.
Tommy is gonna exit to go check on you. He and Pebbles come along. Pebbles still carrying all his stuff, and he walks up. What would you be doing outside? Just like sitting on a bench, or
Bri probably pacing back and forth, kind of hunched over a little bit, kind of head hanging a little, not dejectedly, but just kind of like at any moment he might harf.
you all right there, Bri?
Bri just kind of snaps a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, little bro. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry."
All right. Well, it seemed like you had gone a little worse for wear after seeing that strange thing inside Charlie's pocket. What do you think that thing was?
Honestly, little bro, I don't know. I just looked at it and I just got really queasy. I don't.
You not like Jello, Bri? I like Jello. Let me tell you a story about gelatin that comes from a box.
Tommy,
Yeah.
maybe not right now.
Oh, well, I'm
I'm sorry,
sorry.
bud.
And he kind of gives you like a meek smile, and heads back inside.
Josephine's gonna pass Tommy on the way out, and she's gonna stop him, and she's gonna be like, "How is he?"
He's not feeling too hot. He said that he doesn't quite know what's going on, but he's feeling a little sick right now.
She's gonna nod a thank you, and she's gonna move out there to Bri. But before she actually pushes him, she's gonna take like a really deep breath and try to relax. And then she's gonna put a hand on the shoulder and be like, "It's all right. You feeling okay, buddy?"
Yeah, little sis. Just little nauseous. That's all.
Do you need anything? Need any water or anything?
No, I got it. I got everything. I'm good. It'll be okay.
She's gonna take another deep breath, and she's just going to accept his answer. She's not gonna push him any further.
He's gonna make eye contact and just smile as big as he can, and put a hand on her shoulder and say, "Thank you."
Jefferson, Kieran,
Mhm.
what about the two of you? What would you like to be doing?
I'm gonna look to Jefferson, and I'm gonna say, so you're pretty sold on the idea of taking this blacktop gang down. Um, I'm I'm not gonna be like entirely negative about it, but Kieran is gonna be a little concerned. I'm gonna say it's sounds like a pretty dangerous endeavor, Jefferson. I'm sure you know the stakes that are coming with it.
Be honest with you, Kieran, I haven't thought about them in the slightest. Yesterday really kind of takes a deep breath and sighs for a second. He's like, yesterday was just another reminder of why I came here in the first place. I wanted to become stronger after me and my uncle found a den of poachers, torturing and harming bird Pokemon over in the Kalos region. Ever since then, all my uncle's done is push me to achieve that dream. And after seeing that yesterday and them picking on Barker, and then we're just savagely, relentlessly attacking us, I'm not stopping until they're gone. Oh, this morning gave me a blessing by the vision of a rainbow in the sky, which are said to appear at any time Ho-Oh is flown, reminding me to keep going.
I'm gonna kind of smile and I'm gonna say, if I can be entirely honest with you, I up until I met you, I never really put much faith into Ho-Oh or any religion for that matter. But despite the fact I don't have faith in Ho-Oh per se, I have faith in you. So I'll take your vision as a sign of good faith and good luck for our journey. I'm gonna look to him and kind of sigh. And I'm gonna say, I suppose I should be a bit more honest with you as well. Um, I ran away from home, uh, Jefferson. I'm from Slateport in Hoenn, and I'm currently on the run from my father. So, uh, my real name is Kieran Barlow. I'm like gonna like whisper the last name. I'm gonna say let's avoid use of that name though.
If that's what you want, that sounds good to me. I don't see any reason to call you anything other than what you've introduced me as and shown me who you are as Kieran Vaughn.
I'm gonna smile and kind of pat his shoulder. I'm gonna say, well, I'm with you all the way. You and Josephine and Bri too. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, all of us have been through so much at this point that I wouldn't choose to travel with anyone else. And Tommy too. I can't forget Tommy. Let me tell you a story about Tommy. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, but after that talk, I think Kieran's gonna kind of nod, and I'm gonna kind of stand up, and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go check on Bri, and I'm gonna go outside as well.
Hell yeah. Well, you exit with Jefferson. And Bri, you see your friends approaching. Everyone's sort of here now. Tommy's sort of trailing behind, trying to give you your space. And it is I'm gonna say it's probably about 9 in the morning at this point. You have about 8 hours. Oh wait, that'd be yeah, about 8 to 10 hours before sunset. So you've got to get schmoving. You're gonna beat the gym, have some time to rest, and then make your way over to the Team Blacktop base. So what
Hell
is the
yeah.
first move that you make?
Because time is of the essence, uh, I think one or maybe we could split the group to gather information and then reconvene at the gym. Unless you guys would prefer we stay as a group, I see benefits to both.
Well, remember, you still have to call in.
That's true, yeah.
And it's
What
What
every
time do we have to
hour.
call in?
Yep, every hour on the hour.
Every hour. I'll just for
And
convenience,
it's
so you guys
9
can
now.
have the chance. Yeah, I'll say it's like 8:55.
Okay. So what if we did split up and we meet back here at 11:50? That way, at the noon o'clock hour, we can make the call.
Okay. I'd be down with that. I just because what we have to go off of is he mentioned classical music. So one group could basically go and research classical music in the library, and then the other group could basically go and take lessons at the Pokemon school, if that sounds good to everyone. And then
Cool with that.
yeah, if that's the case, then how do we want to split the group? We do have 5 people.
Tommy raises his hand.
Yes, Tommy.
Why don't we just try to call in first, and see what the questions are, and then we know what we'll both be answering.
That's a fair point, Tommy. I didn't. Sometimes I feel like we overthink these things a little bit, but that's all right.
Bri is gonna look over and say, "You know, little bro, I'm glad we picked you up."
He gets a full smile again. Well, they've got phones inside the Pokemon Center, and I've got my trusty radio here. I think it's or we can aim for one of these pay phones. I mean, realistically, we only need the one phone, but it's up to you all.
I'm
I
cool
guess
with
let's
not
just
paying.
walk back inside.
Okay. You head in, and there are already trainers lining up to try and get to the phone, and roll me just one person. Roll me a focus check. Whoever wants to be the one to do that.
Ooh,
Who's got the best focus?
I got 2d6.
Hmm I have 2d6 as well. I don't think Kieran would be the one to do it anyway. I think Kieran's mind is on the journey ahead right now anyway. I think he's a bit anxious, to be fair. So I don't feel like he'd be super focused right now as is.
I have 1d6, so that's a negative Lucerner.
So I mean 2d6 is the bare minimum, so far Bri said he had 2d6, I think.
Yeah, this
Yep.
is basically just a luck roll to see if you get a phone or not.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
All of the phones inside the Pokemon Center have been picked up. There are people already waiting for them, and so now
Alright.
comes the mad dash to grab a payphone
Payphone.
from outside. Roll another focus check. It can either be you or it can be someone else.
Real quick, can I use my survivalist trait to try and book it to the phone faster since we are in urban territory?
Uh,
Like parkour over a bench or something, just push a kid out of the way.
I'm gonna say no, just because
Okay, that's fair.
it's like right outside. Like there would have been there's payphones like on pretty much every block. So
Yeah,
you've
that's fair, that's fair.
you'll be able to find one quite easily. You just need to get one in time. So roll
Okay.
me a focus check since you're trying to
Okay.
be the one to bolt to it.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll roll you a focus check this time. 6.
That was the
Nice.
bare minimum. You
Nice.
you run outside. You make your way to one of the one of the pay phones, and
Josephine.
Dothraki, and you're gonna need to cop a 25 Poké Dollars to use the phone.
I was like, we can worry about who should pay for it whenever it's 25 Pokedollars. I'm putting that in immediately so we don't miss our opportunity.
You start ringing. You hear
We're all like huddled around this one phone.
ring, 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 ring. Roll a d20.
Oh shit. Okay. Damn, I would have to be the one to do this. All right, you guys know how my luck's been with D20s. Let's go.
Hey,
Oh,
The DC
okay.
was 16.
let's
Oh, yeah.
go.
All right.
You got a 17. You you sit there and you're like ring ring. Everyone's all huddled around, and then after about 4 rings, you hear a click. Hello, caller. Who am I speaking with?
Kieran Barlow and trainer ID. I'm like pulling out my card, aka I'm also looking at my character sheet. I'm like, it's like awkward silence as I'm like
All of you
scriffling.
around Kieran hear him say Kieran Barlow.
I'm gonna freak out because I'm gonna realize what I said. I'm gonna say, sorry. I knew a Kieran Barlow once. Funny story. Kieran Vaughn. That's my name.
Sure,
And,
sure, yeah, Kieran. So let's calm down for a second. I know we all
sorry,
have
I'm just
our
so nervous.
yes,
Is this
nerves on
live
edge.
right now?
It is, yes. Let's
Live.
let me do the talking now. So you call in today. You're trying to be answering trivia questions for a gym leader, or for a gym battle. Are you ready? Is it just going to be you today?
I'm like kind of gasping. I'm gonna hand the phone to Bri because Kieran is like panicking at this point.
Hello, dude.
Hello. Who am I speaking with?
My name is Bri guy.
Well, hello, Bri. I'm here with 3 trivia questions. I take it you are a friend of Kieran's.
That would be correct, dude.
And is it going to be just the 2 of you today?
Oh no, dude. We got a whole crew.
All right. I think I'm going to need your names and your trainer IDs. This will be how we register if you pass.
All right. Well, I'm gonna, like I said, my name's Bri. My trainer ID is 54322.
When the
All
gas
right.
station says they need everybody's ID, so everybody's just like reaching up to Bri, handing in their license.
And then
13042.
do you want me to hand the phone to everyone, or do you want me to just
Whatever's
their
easiest,
info?
Bri.
Okay. I'll hand the phone back over to Kieran real quick. Your name and your trainer ID.
Kieran Vaughn. 13042.
All right.
I'll take the phone from Kieran, pass it to Josephine.
Kieran's like white as a ghost right now. He's like sweating a whole bunch too.
Josephine takes a huge breath and she like gulps and she's like, oh, actually, hold on, I thought it was I almost forgot what my full name was. It's gonna be Josephine Davis. My trainer ID is, and she pauses for a second. 48692.
Okay.
And she just like holds it up for Jefferson.
Ryder will take it again, pass it over to Jefferson.
Jefferson's gonna like hold it upside down and be
Oh,
like,
no.
Jefferson Westbrook 53710.
Brian's gonna like instinctively like turn it and just hold on to it for you.
Oh, Jefferson Westbrook 5310.
I think I heard you the first time. 53710. Anyone else?
And then passing the phone over to Tommy.
My name is Tommy, and my trainer ID is 92617. And that'll be when he writes everyone down.
I
And
need
he
Tommy
asks,
to like start a story with the guy on the phone. About
And
the
he-
Tell
very
you
first
about
time he
this
ever made a phone
time
call.
yeah,
that I had to
this-
provide my trainer ID to someone.
You know, friends, I think that this is a prime opportunity to tell you all a story about the time my brother got a little bit of stage fright whenever he was on the radio show, his first time, and it was quite remarkable. You know, he and like the radio show guy cuts him off, and he's like, "All right, what a colorful group we have here, and who is going to be answering for us today?"
Bri's fine.
Josephine just pokes Barbara and she's like, do you think you can you do it?
Ryro will just take the phone and be like, all right, dude, I think we're ready.
All right. Bri. Many titles are referred to as an artist's magnum opus. What does opus mean?
Oh, bro. Opus? I'm gonna like put my hand over the microphone part of the phone and be like, guys, what does opus mean?
I don't think that word's even in the
Is
book
this
of
like
Ho-Oh.
so? Is this out of game knowledge that we? Well, I guess not. But
I mean, if your character would know anything about music, and
Okay.
magnum opus is a pretty common phrase.
that's
So
fair.
I mean, you can
I just
use your
don't know
out of
that-
game knowledge to answer my orchestra
Okay.
and music related questions. Yes. And if you
To
don't
be
know,
fair, I don't even think I know. Yeah.
okay, it was like if you guys,
Google it.
Can I Google it?
um,
Bri for sure would not know this.
so
Um,
if you think your character would know it, but you don't know it, and so you're having to Google it, you can roll me a general education check. If you pass my DC, you can answer with your answer.
Okay. I think there's a slight chance Kieran might know it, so you can make the AC harder if you want. Like, I think there's like a sliver of a like I don't know. He may have heard it, at one point.
Listen,
but-
let's take what we can get. Just
Yeah. Okay. Honestly.
You have no idea. You rolled a 3 on your general education.
What the hell does opus mean?
Josephine's gonna try because I feel like Josephine would know.
Okay.
I just can't promise anything.
go for it.
Let's go.
You know what the word opus means. You got a 14 on your gen ed.
Great.
Coming in
Great.
handy.
Right. Oh my goodness.
So give Bri the answer.
If you could give me like so.
We'll just pretend that that Josephine provided me the answer.
Yeah, you know the answer to what opus means. It means work.
Work.
Dude, that'll be work.
He goes silent for a couple of seconds. And then he says, "See, that was my impression of you guys because you guys went kind of radio silent on me there for a minute."
We were
But
looking at the
yes,
answers.
opus is the answer.
All right, dude.
Your next question.
God.
Kalos opera houses need a souffleur. For what reason?
Back to the hand on microphone. Guys, what's a souffleur?
You know what a souffle is?
Yeah, souffles are from the Kalos region. I think it has something to do with souffle. These are all music based. He did tell us that.
It is a radio
souffle.
Like souffleur is in like gossifleur?
Can you repeat the question?
Kalos opera houses need a souffleur for what reason?
I've never been to an opera house, and I didn't even know Calais had opera houses. I guess I know what I'm doing when I go home.
We're not very cultured over here. Can I rely on the Jenna DM?
Sure.
Sweet. 10.
You know that a souffleur is to prompt singers to remember lines.
Mm.
Oh, it's like it's almost like a conductor. No, it's someone that prompts people to remember their lines.
That'll be a dude that reminds people their lines.
That is correct. Your final question, Bri. This is for all the marbles. Are you ready?
Oh, dude, I am so ready.
This instrument is crucial for rhythm. Send men to war or make them dance. What is it?
Oh, dude, I totally know this one. That'll be the drum.
That is correct. All 5 of you
Ah,
have permission to battle the Vermilion City gym leader.
Amazing.
It'd be funny
Oh,
if he's like,
heck
"That's
yeah, dude."
wrong. The answer is the upright bass." We're just like, damn.
Answer is the trumpet.
Okay.
All
You're
right.
all wrong.
Present
You're
your trainer
trying.
IDs whenever you're at the base of the radio tower, and they'll lead you to the gym arena. Good luck. He's gonna
Oh,
hang up.
thanks, dude.
You hear on the radio that Tommy had, like, he continues after he hangs up, and he's like, "What a bunch of weirdos." All right. Now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to go back to nothing but rock.
Heck yeah.
He just plays a bunch of sound clips from Geodudes punching each other.
Okay.
I love that.
You
There should
have
be a rock and roller radio station.
you have hell yeah. There is a you have passed my gym challenge.
Heck yeah, dude.
Now what?
Well, we're going
We
straight
pass
to
out.
the gym.
Okay.
Yeah.
The five of you, still giddy with excitement and nervousness and anxiety from that, you head on over towards the radio tower, in the middle of Vermilion, the tower that raises above all else. Finally, you make it there. The line has reduced significantly since you were last here. There's still a little bit of a wait, but you're there. Is there anything you do in preparation before you enter?
Yeah, hold on just one moment.
Just a reminder, the scenery, you said this was like up towards like a lighthouse looking area, right?
No, this is like to it's to a radio tower, but it's like a skyscraper
okay.
building, and then the radio tower on top.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it has it has the logo KMTV across the top.
Okay, I do have a question. I know that I can't use items that like directly hinder a Pokemon from my trainer in the middle of a gym battle. However, how long does an extended action take?
It's longer than you could do in combat.
Okay, so like, would I have time before we made it into the gym to do an extended action?
Sure.
Okay, I'm only doing this for after the gym, but I'm gonna go ahead and make some traps for whenever we have to rush over to assist our one friend. I'm just gonna get that out of the way. So I will do that on my end. It says I can use it twice a day. I'm just gonna use it once. I'll let you know what that does whenever the time comes for it. But it says I have to make it using an extended action,
Okay.
and then it says I can take it with me. So okay. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to declare that because I keep forgetting to make those. Okay, so I'm just gonna work on that, knowing that we're going somewhere else after this. So I'm just gonna put it in my bag.
Okay. Anyone else? Last call?
Bri-Bri's got no prep. He's just pumped.
Hell yeah. Okay. So finally you make it up to the entryway, and there's a receptionist there available to take your trainer IDs. And she explains the rules. She says, today's gym battle will be a 5-on-1. Your opponent, the gym leader, will have access to their 4 Pokemon. You all, however, may only bring in 1 Pokemon each. And she says the more people that you have in your party against the gym leader. Actually, let's just to keep this fair. She's going to say, at maximum, 4 people can take on the gym leader at a time. That kind of removes Tommy. And she says, so which 4 of you are going to be battling today?
We all just look at Tommy and he hangs his head.
Tommy's like, well, that's all right, friend. I think Spud's a little under the weather after our event of yesterday kerfuffle. So I'll cheer you all on from the sidelines.
Bri is gonna look at Tommy
Appreciate
and
you.
say, "Lil bro, we're gonna do this for you. We're gonna get you this badge."
He smiles wide, and the receptionist then says, "Well, if that's the case, you may each bring 2 Pokemon.
Oh.
The gym leader will be using 4 Pokemon. If you defeat all 4 Pokemon, then you win your gym badge. Do you have any questions? Are you familiar with the league rules for battle?"
Would you mind going over just one more time?
Of course. Use of items is prohibited within the gym battle. Use of trainer intervention is forbidden. Cheering on your Pokemon is perfectly fine. Anything that would involve interacting through any sort of supernatural or physical means is entirely off limits. You are not permitted to interfere. Let the Pokemon battle the Pokemon. Understood?
You
Yes,
got it, dude.
ma'am.
All right. So, that being said, what 2 Pokemon will each of you be registering today?
Clavado and El Champo.
Denkyu
Um,
and Straker.
Ralph and Sweeney.
I'm going to go with Riker and Lancelot.
All right, trainers, when you're ready, please go up to the 25th floor and enter through the double doors.
I'm gonna go ahead and kind of take a step forward
You
and
ready,
everything.
guys?
Yeah.
Bri is gonna start walking towards the stairwell.
Josephine's gonna slowly follow.
All right, they do have an elevator. You don't have to
Oh
walk up
yeah.
25 flights.
Okay.
Walking sucks. You know,
Thanks for
let's
that.
not do that.
There's just Tommy standing there like, guys, let me tell you a story about this time I took the elevator.
You know, guys, it just life's got its ups and downs. It's kind of like an elevator.
I think I would kill a man for Tommy at this point.
I know, right?
We need to all
So-
have jerseys that we wear into these into these gyms, and they just need to be like jerseys that just say "Do it for Tommy." Just have a picture of his
Do
face.
it for Tommy.
Yes.
He's like a picture that you kiss each night before bed. Like every Pokemon center you go to, he's got like the little framed image of Tommy. He kisses his little forehead and he keeps you safe.
People like
Biggest
come up to us
Pokemon
just like
centers.
people just like assume the worst because like the way that it's like phrased, and they're just like, "I'm so sorry," and it's just like, "No, he's like right here. We just we just gotta do it for him."
All the biggest
Yeah.
Pokemon centers will have like little cutouts of him for like photo opportunities and stuff.
We're gonna make him the Kanto League mascot by the end of this adventure. He's just a spokesperson.
So you head into the elevator, and what feels like forever, you finally have those doors open, and before you is a set of double doors with a brass bar handle. On the other side, you can hear very, very loud music.
All right, dudes. I think it's go time.
This is it, guys.
You approach. As you get closer to the door, the music begins to reverberate. You open it slowly. And on the inside, you see a grand stage. Neon lights, checkered floor, seats to the left and to the right of onlookers ready to see your battle. And before you, a stage with a microphone. You hear the DJ introduce. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another battle today. Coming from the Kanto region, we have Bri. Crowd cheers for you, Bri. Put up your hands.
Wow.
From the Kalos region, we have Jefferson Westbrook.
One hand raised, waving.
From the Unova region, Josephine Davis.
Yeah.
She's kind of.
And from the Hoenn region, Kieran Vaughn.
Yeah. I'm like,
Challengers, are you ready to face your opponent?
Yes, Mr. Disembodied Voice did.
May I present you the main event, the Dead Radio Star. And this fully clad, big hairband individual comes out. They're wearing this mask with neon lights on the front, but they've got this blonde big hair tied back behind a bandana, denim vest, ripped jeans, boots that are untied, bracelets with spikes all the way up their arms, and accompanying them is this Roggenrola with a mohawk.
Nice.
and you see the radio star walk up to the microphone, and they yell, "Are you ready for a rock solo?"
Yes.
Sure.
I like the reverberation that came with Kieran's yes. That was really good.
They throw it out. They're like 1, 2, 3, and their Pokemon, the Rock, is thrown out onto the stage. Each of you choose your first opponent, or choose your first challenging Pokemon. Let me know their speed.
Thank you. 10.
Ralph is
Clem-
also 10.
Clavado with a speed of 10.
Well, Lancelot, 15. Finally got it. It's 15.
Which one was Lancelot again?
A Kakuna.
Hell yeah.
His token is out on the field.
It's insanely fast for being a cocoon.
All right, I need Dinkyu, Ralph, and Clavado to do. Actually, we'll do it this way. What are the trainer speeds?
Bri is 8. Or I'm sorry, he's 9 right now.
Okay.
Josephine is 5.
I think Kieran was 7, but he's
Oh, my
muted.
mic was muted. Yeah, my bad. Kieran is 10.
All right, so turn order. Gonna be Lancelot, Clavado, Dinkyu, Ralph, and the Rock.
Rock
Move
slows
these
it.
fellas up. Each of your Pokemon take a step forward onto the battlefield. Trainers, your Pokemon must stay within bounds. The ring has been marked in a 9x9 square. You can stay within this space, but if you exit, your Pokemon is deemed eliminated. Are there any questions?
No,
Does that go for
disembodied
yours
has-
as well?
Of course.
No further questions.
Why would we cheat?
I didn't know if that would necessarily be cheating or if just like, you know. I
Did
don't
ask a bunch of children a bunch of musical orchestral questions to get in here.
um, so the Pokemon step forward, and he says, "Without further ado, let the show begin." Lancelot, you're up first.
Jefferson is going to kind of look over everybody and then look to Kakuna or to Lancelot and tell him to use Harden, raising his defense by 1 combat stage.
All right. As the rock solo begins, you see that some little stands on wheels um are rolled out by these like lanky purple and blue Pokemon. One's like purple and yellow, and one is purple and blue. Um, and they're pushing out these wheeled stages, and on them are Graveler drummers, who have their drumsticks, and they're like going to town for this rock solo. And then the two other Pokemon on the side, they don guitars and begin playing.
Hell yeah.
Possum is also redeemed, forcing a helpful random encounter. Awesome, I've noted it down. The one that you got won't apply for right now.
Clavado with my 5 overland. I am then going to go ahead and unveil my newest technique. My newest technique is Leer. I'm gonna try and Leer him. I think I can Leer from this distance. Yeah, I can. Did I hit that?
Yeah.
I got
That
13.
that'll lower its defense by 1 combat stage. What does Leer look like from Clavado?
Okay. Clavado, his eyes are almost going to like overshadow. Like, there's gonna be like a little shadow over his eyes, and all of a sudden you're gonna hear ching ching, like as like he's like kind of clicking his claws, and you're gonna see like sparks kind of coming off of him, and
Hell yeah.
it's going to be intimidating as hell. Yeah,
What about
that's it.
Dinkyu? Now it's Dinkyu's turn. What does she do?
Let's see here. Well, Thank You is going to be moving up 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll put her in move for her latest technique. She's going to kind of use her antenna to kind of create like a little swirling image, and a bubble of water is going to appear, and then it's going to jet out in front of her as a water gun.
Hell yeah.
I rolled a 17 for 32 special water damage.
The dead radio star is playing away this whole time. They let out like a rock yell as that attack lands. They're cheering on your Pokemon as it lands, and you see them remove their mask, and underneath you just see a silhouette. Their hair and the lighting providing perfect, like a nondescript features. But their voice comes through much more clear now. And they say, "Wonderful hit! Keep it up!" Big damage you just got off with that water gun too.
Heck
It is Ralph's turn.
Ralph is going to, where did he go? Ralph is going to move about, he's got like 4 spaces, and then he could do, I think Thunder Wave. Yeah, he's going to do like Thunder Wave, excuse me.
Okay.
And it can't miss, so, and it paralyzes the target.
Done and done. Dropped his speed 4 stages, and he is paralyzed. It is his turn. He's got to do his check to see if he can be moving this time. He is able to. It was a DC 5. So the rock is going to shake off his paralysis. Still kind of sluggish from it. And the radio star says, "Here's a tip. Whenever you're grouped up on, whenever it's you back against the wall and everything's coming down on you, the best thing in the world is when your enemies group together. Go on and use your rock slide." So this is going to be positioned right here. 3 spaces in front of him, dead center of the dance floor, and this is going to hit Ralph, Clavato, and Dinkyu for 33 physical damage. I believe Ralph is weak to rock.
Oh yeah, because they're
He-
bug.
Yeah, weak to flying, rock, and fire types. So this is going to deal 1.5 times damage after you've subtracted your defense.
So it's 33 minus defense, is that what you're saying?
Yep, 33 minus defense, and then let me know what that number is, and I'll tell you what the total damage is.
That's 25.
You're going to take 37 total damage because it's super effective against you.
And he is unconscious.
So you see the Roggenrola begins headbanging vigorously, and these rocks are just being thrown one after the other and just causing this huge collateral blast all around, and Ralph falls unconscious. Josephine, you see your small little guy falls yet again.
She is so completely still. But you can see in her hands that she is ever so slightly shaking. She is unmoving.
And we roll around initiative to Lancelot's turn.
There's not much Lancelot can do, but this is gonna be gross. Okay, Tony, can you move him forward move him diagonal 1 to the right, and then up 1, and then we're gonna use Harden again to raise my defense another combat
All right, slow and steady.
Look, that might be the play, dude. He might actually come out on top doing that.
And it is Clavato's turn.
I'm gonna move in around. Yeah, around. I'm gonna move like right there, and I'm going to. I'm gonna use bubble. Before I do this, I know you said like we aren't allowed to use actions that directly impact it. Are we allowed to use our training order?
Yeah, but you would have done that this morning during training.
Oh, gotcha. My bad. Okay.
So
Okay.
it's
yeah,
it's
I'm
already
gonna-
applied.
Oh, okay. So it's already applied. Gotcha. There we go. Bubble.
What'd you get?
I got a 12.
12 will hit. For 17 special damage. It's super effective. Not a whole lot, but still decent damage. The rock is still standing. And the
rockets get flisted.
it's about drive. It's about power. It's Dinky's turn.
Well, seeing that that blast hit all of us, Denkyu is going to reposition to hopefully get a better area and going to fire off another water gun. Rolled a 6 with a 34 damage.
So you fire off this water gun and you shoot it right into the center hole of the rock, and the water begins like pouring out before its feet start um start pattering, and it's like tilting left to right until it finally falls unconscious. The dead radio star looks, smiles, and like all you can see is like their lower jaw and the smile that comes across. You can't see any other part of their face. They return the rock, and the lights cut. Everything is black. Crowd's like, "Ooh, oh!" And suddenly, everything starts picking up again. You hear the sound of an electric guitar. You hear heavy drums, and the lights kick back on, just bright white lights shining down. Fire begins spewing from the left and right stage. The dead radio star says, "Are you ready for the metal?" And they throw out a metal pod.
I like that lead up for just a tiny little thing on our screen. And just boop.
So they throw out this small crescent shaped Pokemon, but this is like a metallic green from head to toe. We continue turn order. It is Sweeney's turn.
Sweeney's gonna have to move about 5 places, so he's gonna go, but kind of like off to the side so that we're not all grouped together again. And then he is going to try to see if he has anything range-worthy.
This time, the dead radio star, whenever whenever they step back out, they've got black hair, straightened all the way down to their shoulders. They suddenly have
Okay.
tattoos all over their body, wearing leather clothes. They have a guitar strung all the way down to their waist. And on the stage, instead of the Toxtricities and the Gravelers from before, they instead have Rillabooms, and they have Alolan Dugtrios in the audience, all headbanging.
Sweeney can't really do anything right now except to move closer. So that's all he can do for the moment.
All right. It is now the Metal's turn. The Metal is going to use Shift Gear. This will raise their attack 1 combat stage and raise their speed 2.
That's terrifying, imagining that thing speeding across the map.
Yeah.
You see that the segments of its body begin to shift and rotate and rearrange themselves, and it begins to look more aerodynamic as it does so. And that kicks it back up to Lancelot's turn.
Okay. I feel like we're gonna follow the same semi pattern we did last time, and follow the same pattern, just use Harden again.
That's over to Denkyu.
Denkyu is kind of a little startled by the shimmer a little bit. It's used to be being bright and having all the reflectiveness and the shine from the lights coming straight down kind of spooked it a little bit. So she's actually going to back up one square and use Thunder Wave.
All right. That is going to paralyze him, and then it's over to Clavato.
All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and use Leer with Clavato. Leer got a 4 to hit. And then after using Leer, Clavato is... Yeah, after doing that, Clavato is going to go 1 back here. He's going to quickly scurry away after hitting him with Leer.
Okay.
Clavato is trying to stay mobile because Kieran saw what happened last time they were all grouped up. Matter of fact, I'm going to use 1 last overland speed to go right here.
All right. So you go all the way back, almost right at the border of like where the trainers are standing on your side.
Right. I'm just doing
Now
a hit and run. Yeah.
over to Sweeney. It is Sweeney's turn.
So he's gonna try to move closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's gonna move right about there. And I still don't think he has anything close enough. We have Lear. That has a range of cone 2, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you'd be able to hit it with that.
That would be okay. So I'm gonna go
Yeah,
ahead and do
it's 2
that.
squares in front of you.
Oh, duh. Okay. Then yeah, so we're gonna hit him with that for an AC of 16.
16. Okay, that is gonna hit. That'll lower his defense, and it is the metal's turn.
And my Sweeney's right there.
Got to roll for paralysis. I just met it. So, he's able to take his turn. He uses his ability Shed Skin to cure himself of paralysis.
Wow.
So now that he is no longer paralyzed, he's going to move forward. Actually, he's going to move at an angle. Move over 1, diagonal 2 in your direction. Keeping his distance a little bit away. And he will use... You know what? No. He'll move right up on Lancelot and then use Iron Head. I don't know if that'll hit. I got a 2 comparative to your
I have a speed evasion of 3.
All right. So yes, this Pokemon rears back. It like rocks on that crescent shape, rolls back, and then goes forward for this headbang. And as it goes forward, Lancelot just stays strong and holds still, having braced for itself as well as having the hardened shell. So it's basically like these 2 hardened cocoons clacking against each other, and the echo is crazy. It sounds like a huge drum echoing out. And at that moment, that's when the Rillabooms start like really going at it. They start hitting the drums as hard as they can. And the Dead Radio Star starts screaming into the mic. It's just unintelligible. And it is Lancelot's turn.
Great work out there, Lancelot.
Well, the Metapod moved, so that ruins what I was going to do, because I was going to raise the defense one more time before moving in. But we'll just go ahead and I want to shift. Oh, you see how I'm diagonal left from it? Can you move me diagonal right from it, and then I'm going to use struggle?
Yes, done.
And I think the button worked, but I'm not for sure.
Yes. You rolled a 15 for 14 physical, dealing a whopping 1 damage.
Oh, great.
Damage is
You
damage.
got
It's
this,
all right.
Lancelot. You got this.
And it is over to Dinkyu.
Let's see here. Gonna be at a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Already there. Gonna just go for another charged water gun. Rolled 14 to hit for 28 special water.
That will hit. However, this Pokemon is type shifted Bug Steel. Steel type resists water.
Mm.
Unfortunate.
Wait, could it be paralyzed then?
It can be paralyzed. In PTU, electric types are the only ones that can be immune to paralysis.
Interesting. Okay, that's kind of neat.
However, you still do a total of 10 damage. What's up?
I was actually gonna say, so I actually was curious. Apparently, like Durant being Bug Steel is only damaged normally by water.
Are bugs weak to water?
I have no idea. I didn't think they were, but that's just like that's something I noticed earlier, and I was like, that's weird.
On what?
Whenever I was looking at Durant, it just says, I mean, because I just picked them up because they were Bug Steel because I was curious because I couldn't remember if Steel was weak to water or not.
Apparently it loses its resistance to water after Gen 6. So yes, it is no longer resistant. You'll do full damage.
I didn't know if that was just like a Durant thing or something. That's weird. Okay, I didn't even know that. I thought water still got resisted by Steel.
It is over to Clavato's turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and use Leer, and then I'm going to go boop boop. So let me see if I can hit Leer. No. That is an absolutely no.
A critical fail. So you leer at it, and it whenever you start clacking Clavato starts clacking its claws to do that leer again. It gets drowned out by the sound of the drums. Clavato gets disoriented, and I'm gonna say you'll have a -1 to your next attack with Clavato.
Darn.
Like you and that crab need to take some alone time and build a connection besides
Right.
just recycling garbage.
Bro, maybe. I don't know. I think like I realize unless it's with El Champo, I'm always rolling really poor and I don't know what it is.
So the metal is its turn is up. Um, it's gonna use metal sound on Lancelot. Roll 13 is special defense is lowered by 2 combat stages, and it's gonna
Gross.
move to the other side of you, keeping you between the rest of your friends. And it's over to Sweeney's turn.
Sweeney is gonna move closer. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's like right above the metal. I'm gonna have him just try to scratch him. Just reach out and try to scratch him. And 17 AC, 14 damage.
That'll hit
Nice.
Mhm.
Let's go.
for 1 damage.
That's fine.
It's Lancelot's turn.
You were more convincing when you told me damage was damage than just now when you tried to do it for yourself. Eesh. I guess we're gonna let's see. I'm sitting there already. I have the ability to move in if need be. She's there. Yeah, I'm just gonna use Harden again and an attempt that it's keeping this metal pod's attention enough from everybody else, and that will be Lancelot's turn.
Jinkyu, you're up.
Denkyu's going to move up too. Going to go for yet another water gun because it seems to be doing pretty well. Rolled a 15 for 27 special.
And that will hit. We've done quite a number on it. It has taken an injury at this point, and it's over to Clavato's turn.
All right. It's gonna sound kind of weird. I'm gonna go ahead and use Overland 1, 2, 3. Let me measure that. Okay. While I'm right here, unfortunately Josephine will not be a target in this, but I'm going to go ahead and use Mud Sport because I don't know if this dude's about to whip out electricity at any point. So I'm going to try and use Mud Sport preemptively. There's no AC. I'll put it in there just so we have the effect listed. But basically just all targets caught in the burst, which is just a 2x2 in every direction around me, or a 2 square burst emanating from my Pokemon. All users gain a coat, which gives them 1 step of resistance to electric type moves. After a target is hit by a damaging electric type move, the coat is removed.
Got it.
So, okay. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use that, and that is going to be his turn.
It's going to be over to the metal's turn. The metal is going to try and get away, not wanting to be targeted. So that is going to provoke an attack of opportunity, or not wanting to be surrounded. That is going to provoke an attack of opportunity from Sweeney, if you want to take it.
Yeah. I don't know how that works though.
It's just a struggle attack.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll try to reach out and swing at him. Let me see.
I'll smack him in the back of the head and knock him off that crescent moon shape.
Yeah, for 14 AC with 15 physical.
You deal 1 damage.
Good enough, I'll take it.
Just keep like poking him with a sewing needle.
That is scary because we've lowered his defense and she's still dealing 1 damage. I was like, "Whoa."
Exactly.
It is going to target
Normal attack.
It's going to attack Clavato with a bug bite.
Ouch. I don't like
Oh
that.
no, he's gonna be
It's going to
itchy.
miss.
Oh good, he's not gonna be itchy.
Yes, he's gonna try and you'll see like its mouth open up, the metal bands separating, and it tries to clamp down, but Clavato sort of like recoils, and folds himself up a little bit and avoids the attack. And it is over to Sweeney's turn.
Okay, so Sweeney's gonna move closer by 1, so he's gonna be basically behind him. And he's gonna go For another struggle attack, so he's gonna try to just bap him upside the head. That is 8 AC, 17 physical.
Right, that'll hit. For 1 damage.
Good enough, dude.
We have him flanked at this point.
You do.
Mans
And
can't
it's
go nowhere.
Lancelot's turn.
Okay. So I'm got two thoughts on what I want to do here. I'm unsure of if I should go with the second one, so I'm gonna ask first. What is the process? Because obviously the process in that last battle to switch Pokemon out took up our character's entire turn. What is the process in this one?
It would be pretty much the same. It would be your character's turn. I haven't been keeping the players' turns in initiative just because it's going to be it would eat up a lot more time for you guys since you don't have anything other than your training features to apply to things. You know what I mean?
Okay. So I'm just gonna stick it out then. We are going to follow up Sweeney's struggle with a struggle of our own.
Okay. Which I totally should have because I did build the gym leader with stuff, but we were reaching near end of session and I had run out of things for you guys to buy time for until we did that. So I was like, we're gonna get into the combat a little bit. Maybe we do that for the next half. Go ahead
Right.
and you've already done so. 11 to hit, 17 damage. You deal 1 damage,
Right, Minnie.
whittling him down. Over to Dinkyu.
Mm-hmm.
Whittling him down.
Whittling him down.
Going to 1-2 move with another. What do you know? Water gut. Rolled a 0 to hit, but he's flanked.
Yeah, which just reduces his evasion by 2, which would set it to 0. So it does hit.
It meets, yes. Okay, cool. That'll be 28 special water.
He takes the hit and he looks over at you, one eye closed, still in this.
Bro's teetering.
Just
tries
gonna run up
to-
and choke him.
He tries to bug bite on Clavado. This one hits.
Ooh.
25 physical damage. And then he's going to try and move away, which is going to provoke from Lancelot and Clavado opportunity attacks.
You said that's just a struggle?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if I need to hit the top one again, but
Nope, you got it.
That'll hit for 11 damage, which deals 1 damage. And then if Clavado is going to take his,
Yeah.
that one is going to miss. He is no longer flanked. Or he would have been flanked at the time. But he has an evasion of 3. So it's still. Oh no, that would have hit.
Okay. I was actually gonna say I completely forgot. I have my my training thing activated, so I get 1+1 accuracy.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dude is teetering.
Ooh.
Actually, no, your damage was much higher. So that one is actually going to KO him. You attack him from the
Yay.
back
Yeah.
with the pincher. He goes
As he's
down.
speeding away, he just kind of like donkey punches him.
And we'll end here, but I'll leave on a little bit of a cliffhanger. The lights dim again. Everything goes black, and then you feel this like gentle mist around your ankles on the other side. And you hear like this very poppy drum, and pink lights then shine on the stage with little sparklers coming off the side. And the dead radio star, again, you still can't see the features of their face, but now they appear to be wearing this red jacket with zippers all over. Their hair is black and curly, comes down to their jawline. They're wearing a hat just seated on the back of their head. And everything is tight. They begin to moonwalk across the stage.
I knew it.
And
I was
then
gonna
they
ask, did
Right.
he steal the sequin
Perfect.
glove
and
off
they
of that Poliwrath from the beginning?
and then he pops his lips into the microphone and he holds out a cherish ball, a pink Pokeball, and he says, "Now it's time for the pop." And that is where we will end the session.
Oh.
Gosh.